was already grown up.
How so?
I don't know. But I wanted to do like big people stuff. Like, for example, at 13, I was already going to casinos with my neighbor. So there was that like a teen transition. And when I don't know, when I was in 7th grade, I already thought that I was a teenager, that I was a high schooler, that I was a grown-up. The day that I got married.
They got married.
Yeah. I want to tell you, I was sitting in the bed, and my husband at that moment, he went to buy something that same day. And I was sitting in the bed, I'm like, oh, I got married. And I got married forever? It kind of like it hit me. I'm like, oh gee, I really did this. So that moment, I knew I was a woman. Yeah, my breast. Like when I was 9, I already had boobs. So I've always been like overly developed. Like I developed really early. Like for example, I got my period when I was 9. And that's kind of young. Then again, I didn't know what it was. Well, when I was little, I was not a chubby kid, but then I was not the sticks. And since I was like developing young, I was kind of like bigger. I was not chubby, but like developed. And my friends weren't. Not that it bothered me, that I wanted to hide myself or anything.
But you noticed you were different.
I knew I was different, but not in a way that it would bother me. That would make me like self-conscious and that I would feel bad about my image or anything. No.
So you were just fine with the way you looked, the way you were.
Yeah, I knew I was different, but it didn't make me feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Now as a grown-up, I'm heavy. It doesn't bother me, but if I could change it, yes, and I can change it. Yeah, but it's not something that I would be like, oh, I'm overweight and I have to hide myself. No. Several. For example, one that I would never forget was the death of my grandmother. She was my friend. She was the mother that I wanted. As far as, I'm not saying that my mom was bad, but my grandmother, she used to live here in the United States, and she would go to Puerto Rico every 6 months or once a year, and they would stay for 3 months or 4 months. And she was that friend. She was always happy. I would sit down with her and have these long conversations with her. Like, she was amazing. She was amazing. And when she died, that was hard for me. Then as far as when I was already a woman, when my son was born, it changed my life completely. It was amazing. So sad, I couldn't understand. Then I started reviewing my last conversation with her, and I remember that I was telling her, "What, you need to drink your pills. You need," because she was diabetic and she had a heart condition. And I was always telling her, "Mommy, did you drink this? Mommy, did you drink that?" And that was like the last conversation that I was with her. I started like reviewing my last conversations with her, and then I started remembering the good times that I had with her. I was so sad. It was like like a chunk of my heart has been like
took me 3 years.
Taken away.
3 years ago, right?
Yeah. Like to fully accept it that she was gone. It took me. Don't take this the wrong way, but I was not crying because she was gone. That she would be in a better place. I was crying because of me, because my friend was taken away. It was like more a selfish thing, you know. And I would cry her. I cried her like for 3 years, not in a depressive kind of way, but she would come to mine and tears would come to my eyes, and or there were like hard, like different moments that I wish she could have been there, you know. But it took me 3 years like to just let go.